was London around 1992. I just turned 30. I was unemployed, I was broke, and I was feeling really lost. I went off to the movies. Before the movie began, this advertisement came up and it completely changed my life forever. My name is Hailey Cavill-Jaspers. I am a self-proclaimed do-goodologist. I grew up in the East End of London. I had a very challenging childhood. It was quite abusive. So I wasn't a happy kid. And I think from probably about the age of 13, I decided to find, this golden elixir to happiness. I left school at 14. I went off to London at 15. And I fell into the world of public relations, which, with my big fancy perm, I fitted right into that world. I had a great career. I had a millionaire boyfriend. So despite having all those things that I'd yearned for, I just felt this sense of unease and lack of fulfillment. So after shocking everyone and resigning from my very well-paid job, I decided to buy a backpack and off I went to Africa, India and Nepal. Did some incredible things. I sat with mountain gorillas in Zaire. I got malaria, giardia, amoebic dysentery. I then travelled to Nepal where I did a 14-day trek to Everest Base Camp. And after 4 months travelling around India, someone said, you've got to go to Mother Teresa's mission. In stark contrast to India, which is noisy, filthy, smelly, when you arrive at Mother Teresa's mission, it's very serene inside and very quiet. It's a place where destitute people go to die, and these beautiful nuns are wandering around, scrubbing floors, slept in beds that were literally the size of prison beds. And they shouldn't really be happy, but they were. They were much happier than anyone I'd ever met. And I realised I'd been looking for happiness in all the wrong places. But it was too late for me to become a nun. So what could I do? After my big adventure, I went back to London and I really couldn't go back to doing public relations. So that's when I was a little bit lost and ended up in the cinema. So this advertisement was from an English organisation that is about breaking the cycle of child abuse. And all these images of children came up with the excuses for why their injuries were so severe.
The little girl, she said to me.
It was such a powerful ad and it just completely resonated with me. And I remember thinking at the time, oh wow, maybe I could go and work for someone like them. So the next day I contacted them and I worked there for 2 years and it was my dream job. And that's really the beginning of my role as a matchmaker between companies and charities. So even though I had my dream job, my dream man who I'd met in Africa was Australian. And he said, I love you, marry me, move to Australia, so I did. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite the dreamboat that I thought, but I fell in love with Australia. It's important to me to feel as though I'm making a contribution. I need to feel as though what I do during the day is actually going to have an impact. It's kind of my legacy, I suppose. And it makes me realise that no matter what happens to you, you can channel that energy into doing good.